The calm waters off Venezuela's coast turned into a tense battlefield when radar systems detected a silent, fast-moving object beneath the surface. Within minutes, communication lines lit up as Venezuelan naval crews scrambled to identify the intruder. No one expected what came next. A classified U.S. Navy submarine had locked onto a Venezuelan vessel without warning for decades. This stretch of the Caribbean has been a sensitive zone, with both nations claiming strategic rights over its trade routes and oil fields. But this incident was different. It carried the unmistakable signature of modern American military technology at its finest. Even before Venezuela could respond, the U.S. submarine had completed its mission and vanished into the depths. The Venezuelan Navy was left stunned. Their sensors couldn't track it, their sonar couldn't locate it, and even their electronic warfare systems failed to capture a trace. For the world, this raised one terrifying question: what exactly was the U.S. testing beneath the ocean's surface? The U.S. Navy's submarine program has long been the cornerstone of American sea power. These undersea giants are more than just weapons. They are ghost machines engineered for dominance, capable of operating silently for months. They can carry ballistic missiles, nuclear payloads, and advanced surveillance systems. The submarine involved in the Venezuelan incident is rumored to be part of the Virginia class, equipped with the latest sonar, stealth coating, and undersea drone launchers. Its quiet propulsion system allows it to sneak through heavily monitored zones without triggering a single alarm. Such technology gives the U.S. an almost unfair advantage in modern naval warfare. The Venezuelan military, caught off guard, faced a chilling realization: if America can appear undetected in their own waters, then no nation is truly safe beneath the waves. Sources close to defense agencies suggest the event was not random. Satellite data shows a Venezuelan patrol ship had been monitoring a suspected American underwater cable system near international boundaries. Within hours, a U.S. submarine was deployed. Experts believe this was a controlled test by the U.S. Navy to demonstrate readiness and assert dominance in contested waters. While both sides remain silent officially, insiders claim that the encounter lasted less than 20 minutes, but its political ripples were massive. The Venezuelan crew reportedly tried to follow the intruder, but lost contact almost instantly. What remains unclear is whether this was a mere show of force or a warning sign for any nation challenging U.S. maritime influence. Within hours of the incident, Venezuela's defense ministry released a statement condemning the U.S. for a hostile act in national waters. They claimed that their vessels sustained electronic interference, and several crew members reported sonar disruptions moments before losing radar contact. Television broadcasts across Caracas called it an act of provocation. Military analysts in South America labeled it the boldest U.S. naval intrusion in decades. Yet, the Pentagon refused to confirm or deny any submarine operations in the area, leaving the story hanging in uncertainty behind closed doors. Intelligence networks lit up with speculation. Some say this was part of a broader U.S. strategy to monitor Venezuelan oil routes linked to China and Russia. If true, it wasn't just a military message, it was a geopolitical chess move. Modern submarines, like the Virginia class or the rumored Columbia class, boast unmatched stealth. Built with non-magnetic materials, they evade sonar reflection. Their nuclear reactors allow silent propulsion for months, and they can launch precision strikes from thousands of miles away. Some reports claim the U.S. submarine near Venezuela deployed a new form of electronic jamming that temporarily blinded all nearby sensors. This could explain why Venezuelan systems went completely dark seconds before contact was lost. If true, it signals a dangerous leap forward in electronic warfare technology capable of disabling entire fleets without firing a single shot. For the U.S., it's a message of supremacy. For Venezuela, it's a chilling sign of vulnerability. While the surface world focuses on visible conflicts, the real battles of the 21st century happen underwater. Nations like the US, China, and Russia invest billions in undersea weapons, espionage cables, and deep-sea drones. Control the ocean floor, and you control global communication and trade. For the US Navy, Dominating these depths means staying steps ahead of rivals. Each submarine serves as a mobile command center, surveillance hub, and strike platform all in one. Venezuela's incident may have simply revealed a glimpse of ongoing underwater operations. This shadow war involves silent confrontations, data theft, and sonar jamming. It's a dangerous game, and the Venezuela episode might just be the latest chapter in a long, hidden competition for oceanic supremacy. China and Russia immediately expressed support for Venezuela, calling the U.S. submarine incident an unacceptable violation of sovereignty. Beijing, already facing its own submarine standoffs with the U.S. in the South China Sea, saw this as another warning shot. Meanwhile, NATO quietly praised the demonstration of American technological prowess, viewing it as a reminder that U.S. naval dominance remains unmatched. International media, however, questioned whether this kind of provocation could spark new maritime confrontations. The event triggered emergency meetings across Latin American defense circles. For the first time, smaller nations began discussing joint sonar networks to monitor U.S. undersea movements, a move that could reshape the balance of power in the Western Hemisphere. Life inside an American nuclear submarine is like living in a moving fortress. Dozens of engineers, sonar specialists, and weapons officers coordinate every maneuver with precision. The entire vessel is powered by a reactor that can operate for decades without refueling. Reports suggest the submarine involved in this mission carried advanced AI navigation, capable of adjusting depth, speed, and sonar emissions automatically to remain undetectable. These capabilities aren't futuristic, they're real, and they're operational now. For the U.S. Navy, this test may have been routine, but to Venezuela and its allies, it looked like a declaration that even the deepest waters are within American reach, beyond the headlines. This incident wasn't just about Venezuela, it was about sending a clear signal to America's rivals. The U.S. demonstrated that it can reach anywhere, operate unseen, and strike without warning. That kind of psychological advantage is as powerful as any weapon. Defense experts suggest that the operation's timing coincided with growing Chinese influence in Venezuela's oil trade. The U.S. likely wanted to remind both nations that military deterrence remains its strongest card. Whether this was an attack, a test, or a warning, the message was the same: American naval technology still dominates the planet's oceans, and those who challenge it should tread carefully. Weeks later, the ocean returned to silence, but the political noise still echoed. Venezuela boosted its coastal defenses, while the U.S. continued its exercises in nearby waters. Both sides denied further incidents, yet satellite images showed unusual submarine activity off the Caribbean coast. Analysts say this is just the beginning of a new era of undersea tension. As nations compete for control below the waves, these encounters could become more frequent and far more dangerous. In the end, what happened that day off Venezuela's coast may remain a mystery. But one thing is certain: the ocean just reminded the world who truly rules its depths.